Hi, today I'm reviewing the BareMinerals Gen Nude Patent Lip Lacquer. And really quick, I just want to say I purchase all these products with my own money, so you know you can trust my opinion is what I honestly believe. And if you want to help support the channel, click on the Amazon link below before you make your purchase. So BareMinerals recently released their Gen Nude collection, which is they've got several different lip lacquers, and they also have blushes. So I grabbed one of each. The color for the lip lacquer I grabbed is Work, which is spelled W-E-R-K, not work. It's work. I don't know how you say that any differently, but anyway. So they've got several different colors. They're mostly in the burgundy range of colors, which are all very beautiful. And they kind of finish to a shine finish, which is nice. And they sell for $19 each for the lip lacquers. So let me start from my criteria here, and I'll give you my thoughts on it. So my first criteria is the packaging, and these are packaged very nicely, very simple little tube. And they've got a decent applicator, decent doe foot applicator on it. It makes it a little tricky to use because it's not very firm, but it's for the formula, it works okay. But they definitely could have done a little bit of improvements to it, but it works, I guess. The name of the shade, it works. The second criteria is alcohol, and this does not contain any alcohol, which is always a good thing. The third criteria is fragrance, and there isn't really fragrance listed, and it really doesn't have much of a scent or taste to it. If anything, it's slightly vanilla, but there's nothing to be super concerned about. Number 4 is the manufacturing location, and the lip gloss is made in Canada, so there's no issues there. Number 5 is ease of use, and it's pretty easy to use. The formula, like I said, they could have done a little bit of improvement on that doe foot applicator because it's a little bit loose. I won't even say loose, it's just a little flimsy, but it applies pretty easily. It wears quite well, which kind of goes into my number 6, which is pigmentation. The pigmentation here is pretty good. If you use it over a primer or even like a matte lipstick, you'll probably get a little bit more wear time out of it. I like to wear it over the Laura Mercier Velour, Extreme Velour lip crayon or lipstick, just because I've got a brown shade of that, and then I put a little bit of this over that, and it helps it wear quite a long time. So, and then when it fades pretty evenly, although it can be a little patchy if you have any dry flakes on your lips at all. So definitely try and exfoliate beforehand or bring this with so you can reapply it. But the pigmentation, these are beautiful. So if you are into browns or mauves, definitely worth checking out. And then that goes into number 7, which is animal testing, and BareMinerals does not test on animals, which is always a good thing. So it definitely gets a thumb up for that criteria. Number 8 is performance, and this performs quite well. If you wear it alone, you'll definitely get probably 3 to 4 hours of solid wear without having to reapply, unless you drink a lot. Since it doesn't dry down per se, it can transfer quite a bit like a lot of other shine finishes can do. So if you do a lot of drinking or drinking coffee or water, definitely try and bring the tube with you. So, but otherwise it performs okay. And like I said, it fades pretty evenly unless you have any dry patches or flakes. Then you can have a little bit of issues there. So, and then number 9 is price. And this is priced pretty well. It's $19. And for a lip formula like this at Sephora, that's probably about the lowest for the most part it goes. So it's pretty affordable. And if you go to the BareMinerals store, sometimes they've got some smaller sizes of these, and you can buy one, get one, or things like that. So that's also worth checking out. And then in terms of the it factor, I gave this a thumb up. This definitely has an it factor. Right now it seems like high shine finish lip glosses and lipsticks are kind of what are in now, and sometimes the darker colors are definitely creating a little bit of a buzz. So overall, I think this hit a 10 out of 10, so it's, in my opinion, worth checking out if you're in the market for darker shades and with the high shine finish. So That's pretty good. So anyway, I'm interested in hearing from you guys if you guys have had a chance to try these out yet or not. And if so, what your thoughts and experience was with it. So leave a comment. I love hearing from you guys. Feel free to subscribe if you're not already. I come up with at least one new review every day. And check out nobsbeauty.net. Thank you so much, guys. Hi, this is Sarah from No BS Beauty, and I'm proud to offer you one of my first products. And it is a stainless steel makeup palette. And I've been using ones like these for quite a while, and it makes it a lot easier to mix kind of custom foundation shades, custom serums, custom lip colors. You need something like this in your makeup routine to make things a lot easier. And all the profits from it will go to help the channel, which I'm independent and I purchase all the products with my own money. So definitely all of the profits will go so I can continue to bring you good reviews. But, you know, things I like to use are retinol. Retinol is definitely a good thing to use, but sometimes some of them can be a little too strong. So sometimes I like to mix them with other serums. So I'll use this to kind of custom make my retinol at night. So it's a little bit less irritating when you mix it in with something else. Or another thing you can do is mix in a vitamin C. Some of these can be a little oily or greasy, so sometimes it's nice to be able to mix it in with another serum. So I like to use the Clinique one, and I'll mix this in just a little bit because otherwise sometimes it can be a little too oily. And I'll mix it in, and in the morning I'll apply it all over my face before sunscreen. And another good vitamin C serum I like is the Dermadoctor one, but sometimes using the dropper with that can be a little messy, so sometimes I just like to mix just a little bit in with another serum. I love the First Aid Beauty Ultra Repair Serum, definitely a holy grail of mine. And I like to mix that in with it as well. Or sometimes before I go to bed, if I've got something else going on the next day, I like to mix in a little bit of tanner, self-tanner, but sometimes if you use it alone, it can get a little too orange or a little too dark. So sometimes mixing that in with another serum makes it definitely a lot better and a lot more moisturizing for your skin as well. So definitely something you can use in your serums or your kind of custom make your own skincare routine by using that and mixing up all these products. So definitely something worth considering there. And I also like to use it to mix in some of my custom foundations. So let me show you that too. Another thing I've been using this palette for is mixing and kind of customizing my own foundation. You can almost create a specific color if you have certain foundations that don't mesh well with your skin tone or even your skin texture. You can almost create your own custom foundation. One foundation I love is the BareMinerals Bare Pro. However, sometimes I can find it to be a little too drying and almost kind of giving you more of a matte finish. So sometimes I'll mix in a little bit of the Josie Mara and Argan Moonstone drops with it and then use it. And it kind of helps kind of lessen the color and kind of give it a little bit more of a glowy look. Another thing I like to use is mixing in sometimes with oil with a foundation, and sometimes that gives you more of a dewy look. So sometimes I'll mix that in with the Dr. Jart, and it helps give you a little bit more of a glow to it. So sometimes mix in just a little bit in, and you definitely want to be careful with what you're mixing just to make sure that the ingredients are compatible, because certain types of foundations don't work well with certain types of other ingredients, but something to consider, definitely. But you can almost create your own custom look. I love this, but sometimes I feel like I need a little bit of a glow to it, so I'll mix in some of my NYX Born to Glow Illuminator with it. So you can definitely do that. Also, Cover FX makes a great, they're custom cover drops, but you can use these to alter the color of any foundation. So this is great to mix that with. Just give it a couple drops there. And then mix that in with another foundation to make it either lighter or darker. The Ordinary Serum Foundation is great, but I found it difficult to get the exact color. So sometimes mixing the other colors works well. Cover FX also has these new glitter drops, so sometimes it's nice to be able to use this to mix in with either a foundation or just to put it on this, and then you can use a brush to either dip it in and apply it as eyeshadow, or dip it in and apply it onto lips as kind of a lipstick cover. So there's definitely some great options, and definitely love some of Cover FX's custom enhancer drops, but you can use this to mix it in with almost any different type of foundation and add a little bit of color here and there. But definitely using this, and if you use a sponge or a beauty blender, you can get that damp and then just use this to dip it in and apply it. It makes it a heck of a lot easier than trying to do it in your hand, or I don't know where else you would even, maybe the lid of another product, but this definitely makes all of that a heck of a lot easier. So it's definitely something worth picking up. And all of the profits from the sales of this palette will go to support my independent reviews. I purchase all the products myself just so I can give you an honest opinion as opposed to somebody that gets the products for free to review. I personally like to purchase them so I can give you my completely objective review without having to feel like I owe a company anything because they gave me something free. So all the profits will go to help support those reviews.